Hey, how you guys doing? Packers and Wine here with another GTFO video, and today I have a detailed weapon guide on the sniper. Now when I go over these detailed guides, I like to break them up into three separate parts. So the first part is the description, and this is where we'll take a look at its ammo capacity, its damage, and any of that sort of information. The second part will be the pros and cons of the weapon, and the third part will be me actually using the weapon against the different types of enemies within the game. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, when it comes to describing the weapon, this sniper has a specific name just like the other weapons in the game, and this one is called the Koning PR-11 sniper rifle. However, most players are just going to refer to it as the sniper or the sniper rifle. This gun is considered a special weapon, and it has a max ammo capacity of 11 rounds, and that 11 does include the magazine. Now, speaking of the magazine, each one can hold up to 3 rounds of ammo. It has high damage and a low fire rate due to it being semi-automatic. And lastly, the range is long just like any other sniper rifle, which is really useful for taking out the bigger enemies as they do a ton of damage, especially when you're close to them. So being able to keep your distance is very, very helpful. So let's talk about some of the pros and cons of the sniper, starting with the pros. Now, number one on the list is that the sniper has high damage. In fact, the sniper comes in second place when comparing it to the other special weapons, only being outclassed by the regular shotgun. So you won't have any issues with taking out the small strikers or the small shooters, as well as the scouts in particular. The second pro is that it has a long range. So a majority of the weapons in the game are made for short or medium range combat, but the sniper is exclusively made for the long ranges. The only other weapon that can come close to the sniper's range would be the DMR, which is a primary weapon and not a special weapon. The third pro is that the sniper specializes in taking out scouts. So not only will the sniper one-shot them with a headshot, but you can also take out the scouts silently, which I will explain more when I showcase the weapon off against the different kinds of enemies. Now let's take a look at the cons, and there were 3 cons in particular that I noticed with the sniper. The first con would be that it has a low amount of ammo in both total capacity and magazine capacity. So when it comes to the magazine part, having only 3 rounds is probably the sniper's biggest issue. And this will be a huge issue when dealing with hordes, either by waking up a room or by activating an alarm door. So if you only thought 3 rounds was bad enough, it gets worse by only being able to carry 11 total rounds of ammo. So the sniper was pretty much intended for single targets, mainly referring to the scouts. So ammo really isn't its strong suit. The second con I want to mention is that the sniper has a low fire rate. Low fire rates are to be expected when taking any sort of sniper, obviously. But in this game, where you'll pretty much deal with a horde in almost every rundown mission, it's just a weakness, and sometimes it can even be considered a crutch to even bring it. The third con is something I've mentioned a few times already, and that it's really weak against the hordes. So you will definitely want to switch to your primary weapon for most of the combat when dealing with 10, 15, or 20 plus enemies. Alright, so before I show the sniper in action, I just want to let you guys know that during this section of gameplay, you're going to notice that my health isn't decreasing and I'm not flinching when getting hurt, as well as having unlimited ammo. And that is because I'm using mods in order to speed up the process of getting the footage that I needed to show you guys. So I highly recommend not using mods when playing this game. It does take away some of the fun parts that make this game really, really fun to play. So if you are going to use mods, just use them in a single player setting like I'm doing in this footage, or if you are playing with a group of friends that are completely okay with it. Alright, let's get on with the testing. Alright, and so our first test, we have a small shooter, so just for a headshot, easily takes him out with 1 shot to the head. And for the next guy, we're going to aim for the torso. So for these guys, it takes about 2 shots to the torso to kill them, so overall, not too bad. And for our next test, we have a big striker. So for this test, I wanted to shoot for the head and see exactly how much damage it does. And 1 shot to the head will take its head off, but it will still stand up and continue to attack. So at this point, I am 3 bullets into him, 1 full clip. That was the 4th shot. That is shot number 5, and it takes about 6 shots for the big strikers. And the next test, we got ourselves a scout. So for the scouts, I wanted to see exactly how much damage it would do with a headshot. So I'm just waiting for it to be an easier shot here. And it looks like it only takes about one shot to knock out the scouts, so not too bad. And this next clip is going to be of another scout, and I just want to show you guys how to take out these scouts stealthily. So you're going to see me shoot it, and in the next clip I will further explain. Alright, so with that clip of me taking out the scout standing right here, you're probably wondering how in the world did I kill the scout without alerting this guy, or also the guy back there. Now, there is an interesting mechanic in the game. I don't know the exact name of it, so I'm just going to explain it just the simple way it is. I was able to take out the scout stealthily by shooting it, and the only reason why is because I was standing in a completely different room. Now, even though these two rooms are connected, this door is registering this room, the one I'm standing in, as well as this room where I shot the scout, to be completely two separate rooms in the game. Example 49C and 50A. So the game thinks that because I'm standing in a different room, for some reason, even though this gun shot very loud, where any person would have been able to hear that shot, the guy down here didn't hear it, neither did that guy over there, even though I killed the scout right here. And the reason why was because I was in a different room. So in order to take out scouts stealthily, you have to be in one room, the scout has to be in a different room, and there needs to be a good distance between you and the scout, as well as other enemies. So for example, if there was an enemy up here, for example, it wouldn't have worked. I would have had to kill these guys up here first, and then taken out the scout. But otherwise, that's pretty much how this game mechanic works. It's a really, really good one, and it's one of the strengths of the sniper rifle. And for the last clip, we have a charger. So for these guys, I just try to shoot them in the general area here. So the first shot will make it stumble back, and it looks like it takes about 2 shots to take out the charger. So overall, not too bad. So when it comes to the shadow guys, I chose not to include gameplay of them for 2 reasons. The first reason is because they are invisible, and the only way to show the effectiveness of the gun is by hit markers, and those can be a little difficult to see. But mainly the second reason is because the shadow guys have the exact same health as the regular strikers and the regular shooters, so it should cost the same amount of ammunition to take them down. Alright guys, that's going to be a wrap for this video on the sniper. I hope this video and my other ones help you guys decide which weapons are right for you and the rundown missions you are playing. So stay tuned for some more of these weapon guides and in-depth videos. And as always guys, thanks for watching. This is Packers NY, and I'll see you in the next one.